Okay, very good afternoon to everyone. I hope everyone is well at home, where most of you already sent back to your hometown. So I hope that most of you is now already at home and you are safe there. But life is still going on. You are going to graduate soon. I hope that everyone will be able to finish it on time on either on your end of July or October. Doesn't matter because your convocation will be the same time. So anyhow, you should be now prepared for all your job search. I believe a lot of you, I will start now. So for me, today my talk will be on the first impression to your potential employers. Why I'm saying this is a first impression instead of resume, because resume is the only thing that your future employers see before even see you. People say that the first impression during interview is very important. For me, the first impression on your CV is more important, as well as your email for job search, which is extremely important for you. So the slide has been prepared last year for the how to get self-employed for your seniors. That is why the slide is actually prepared by four of us and today I'm presenting to you. So, boleh dengar tak? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Please mute your mic if you are talking to someone else. Okay. Just a sharing on myself. Who am I? Why am I being asked to talk about this? For your information, during after my third semester in December last time, where I already joined a program called Navigate Your Career by MRSC Berhad, which is actually the transportation company for Petronas. Transporting their crude oil, they are transporting their oil and gas products to different countries. So from there, that is their CSR project where they are teaching us about presentation and resume writing, as well as some real life office things, where I sit in their office, prepared their summary of each department for presentations and so on, which I learned a lot during my third semester. Basically, I started my resume preparation since my third year. That's why sometimes when it comes to final year and we talk about resume preparation, sometimes it's a little bit too late for you, but we just try to package whatever that we have in our resume, our CV for the purpose of it. So, of course, you are hunting for a job with a CV. So by the end of the module, you will be identify and translate your strength into sentences, apply common guidelines for resume writing. You can make your own resume and you can customize your resume to match the advertisement. So I need a few people just to answer me this question. You can switch on your mic and just answer me. Why do we need a resume? What is the purpose of having a resume? Can I have someone to answer me on this?
As a preface?
Sorry?
As a preface, like introduction.
Introduction of yourself. Okay.
Like a quick review for them.
Quick review for them. Any other things? A lot of people saying that communication is about only 7% is written, 38% is verbal, and 55% is about body language. That makes sense when you attend your interview. But you have to remember, only one interview will be granted per 200 resume received. Especially your time, you have this hard time for all the companies because of COVID-19. The tendency might be much lower. They get 200, maybe not even one being asked for interview. Or they get 500, only one is being asked for interview. So that is the problem. That is why the problem is each of the HR, they have only 20 to 30 seconds to spend on your resume. Only 20 to 30 seconds. How do you sell yourself? By 20 to 30 seconds. So for me, resume is simple. I just want to show off myself, all my talent, all my things about myself in my resume. I have received a lot of this question by your senior and your batch about what is the difference between resume and CV. For you, there's basically no difference. Reason is, you don't have that much of things to make yourself a curriculum retake CV. Do you know, for me, I worked for 3 years PhD and 5 years in MJIIT. How long is my CV now? It's now already a 10-page CV. That is called a CV. But for you, no matter how detailed you put, maximum you can go for 2 pages only. So don't worry about resume or CV. It's all the same for me. So how did people define about resume and CV? Basically, resume is a competency-based job. So you just want to show your talent. You just want to show your skills, your achievement, and your work experience. So that is what you are trying to do. That's why you have been told for having a resume. But CV is important as well, especially for if you are looking for an academia job. If you are looking for a PhD study or a master study, then you need a base. I need somebody to switch off your mic. Okay, I think I found you. Okay. Because if I'm looking for a lecturer job in other university, they will be looking at how many papers that are published and how good are those papers. So they are looking at each of the details of each things. So that is why we are putting on a 10-page CV for people. If you see a professor, might be 50 pages. Every single thing that they do, they will just put in there. It's a recognition. Whenever we are being asked to do something, it's a recognition for us. So we will be putting in our CV. But for you guys, you can just select whatever is suitable for your job to put in. So that is typically what you see here. As a resume, which is 1 page or 2 page maximum. I would say 2 pages is good as well, because sometimes you need some details. Later, I will show you what I call as no details. Remember, resume is not a history of your past or a catalog for your job history or your personal statement. It's an advertisement. It's always a selling tool for yourself to highlight your skill and experience. It's not a highlight of what you have done. It's a highlight of what you have and what you had as a skill and experience. So we have 2 main sections in your resume, where the first one is your assertion, where you have your career objective, your summary, your skill and accomplishment, and also your evidences. What is a career objective? Yesterday, I have review quite a number of resume from CPE, and I found most of you doesn't have one career objective. So the question is, why are you sending me this document? Is your objective tally with my objective as your employer? You need to do that. You need to tell people that what type of position are you looking for, and what skill do you hold to it? Do you have to contribute to me, and is that matched to what I have? You need this to be tailor-made to each of your resumes sent out. Basically, career objectives should be changed to each of the resume that you send out. Remember this. Don't send a stereotype, exactly the same objective to every company that doesn't feel you. You need to make them feel that you have your enthusiasm to their company. So you need to slightly tailor-made, change a little bit according to what they have. Highlight that you have knew a little bit on their company, on what they need. Of course, if you are applying the same job and same job scope is fine lah. But for me, be specific. Don't ask for, I need a job from your company. How he can help you. You better say, I need a position in your production department, your electrical department, electrical engineering department. So it needs to be quite specific. Example, to obtain a trainee engineering position in your petrochemical industry, which can help me to develop my current level of education, experience, and expertise. Or you are looking for a bioprocess engineer position with an oil and gas industry where a background in microbial enhanced oil recovery would be needed. This is very specific. The person already know what he wants. That the company is looking for somebody that experts in this microbial enhanced oil recovery. That's why he's looking for that position, a position in that project exactly. So normally this is not applicable for you. This is for your next resume, for your next job. Normally that happened to us. I just managed to, I think I missed out something here, which someone said, to be able to utilize my knowledge already gained in a responsible and proper manner, resulting in a contribution to the organization. Are you talking to me? If I'm the one that reading, what is my feeling? Are you talking to me? Contribution to the organization and to reach apex of my career. So is that I am the one to help you to be excellent? So there are a lot of questions that people will ask when you are writing your objective and your summary later. So just be careful and put yourself in their shoes so that you can feel that feeling that, am I hiring you to help you, or you should help my company? And are you talking to me now? So that is the question. You don't have to make it like you are writing your report, you are avoiding you, we, I, those things. You can put it. Doesn't matter. This is not a technical writing. This is writing of yourself. And another important thing is actually your summary. Objective must have, I have only found one. More than 10 resumes that I found actually. Summary is another one which might be the only section that your employer read. The only thing that they read. Because it's a short paragraph, 30 words, that's all. If you are not using a handphone to watch the video, you can try to go to this QR code, or if you are using a handphone, please enter the menti.com and use the code 724367 to tell me about the main characteristic that you think the employer is looking for. I need you to contribute in this so that you know what to be written in your resume. Without this, you doesn't know what to be written in your resume. I will give you about 3 minutes to do this actually. Otherwise, I got not enough time later. You can go to www.menti.com and use this code 724367.
Communication， 我打 communication responsibility 我有打 communication 就是每个人打 hardworking 你看哈越多人打的话它就会有越多人打它
Try to keep it in one word, then it will be easier to detect which is more important in your sense. Because now you can see communication skill got 2 already. Because one got S, one without S. Okay, we just stop here. Let's see what is so important according to you guys. I can see a lot of communication here because one big communication. Here, communication skill, good communication skill. Another one is leadership, which is huge here. And I can also see team working. Independent, creative, flexible. From just now, the first thing that I saw is actually hard working. Skill, that is too general later. Reliable, I think it's good. Confident, you can show it instead of saying it out. Okay, basically those are all. I can see is communication, leadership, hardworking, responsible, team working, problem solving, multitasking, something like that. It's all right. And you can see here is some idea for you to write your resume. Because those are the things that you might want to highlight to your future employer. Okay. So according to literature, according to some online sources, communication skill is the first top one. You also need to give integrity. Integrity is not by saying actually, which I think you can't prove it now. But what you can prove is actually your team working skill, to work well with others, your interpersonal skill, to relate well with others, your motivation, your work ethics, your analytical skills, your flexibility, your adaptability, your computer skill and organization skill. These are the 10 things that people are looking for. In fact, you can see only 2 of them is actually hard skill. Analytical skills and computer skills. Those are hard skills. Others are all soft skills, which you can't prove it with your CGPA. That is why you have a lot of sections in your resume later. And Yes, these are another source that we got. You can have a lot of positive words. Adaptable, detail-oriented, diligent, focused, hardworking, efficient, proactive, quality-oriented, responsible, and result-oriented. These are the good things that you have. What are the skills do you need? What are the skills that you can mention? You might not be able to remember everything when you're putting on resume. That's why I'm putting here so that you can remember when you write later. Or you want to polish your own one. Analytical, communication, creative thinking, critical thinking, interpersonal, language, leadership, management, multitasking, organizational, persuasion, planning, problem solving, research, service, teamwork, technical, and writing. Technical is only one of it. So one of the summary that I got online is actually a former vice president of Wasati's Civil Engineering Club who graduated with honor, specializing in environmental engineering. Enthusiastic self-starter who was a member of a diverse runner-up winning team in InterVarsity's environmental engineering competition in 2008. Do you know he's graduated from which field? And his result is good. Although he's not directly telling you, but he's actually telling us. He's graduated from civil engineering, major in environmental engineering, graduated with honor. And he is a vice president of a society. And he is able to work with people because she was a member of a diverse group. And he achieved well. He can do well technically by winning the competition, the inter-university competition. So by having this summary, basically I can see the quality of the students' result. Technically good, able to work with people, with graduate with merits, and he is a leader. So basically, there are a few key points that already point out here. Direct, without looking at other parts of your achievement and so on. No need. And what I saw yesterday when I got from your friends from CPE, so all of them are writing on CPE. I'm not discriminating MPE and ESE, just that I don't have your connection, so I'm not getting your, I'm not grabbing your own summary. And enthusiast with industrial experience in research and development with stellar academic background and vast research involvement, seeking to apply my abilities to fill positions available at your company and contribute meaningfully. So what position do you want? And you are repeating basically, this is the position that you want, and here to fill a position available again. If not available, why are you applying? And you are really selling at yourself. Stellar academic background, vast research involvement. How vast are you? How good are you in research? You have just done your FIP. Those are the questions that will pop up when you have your summary like this. And you can see this first guy saying enthusiastic. Here also enthusiastic. Here also enthusiastic. Out of 5 years, I got 3 enthusiastic. And then you can see here determined, enthusiastic, self-motivation, motivated, ambitious, reliable. And then good interpersonal understanding, communication skill, confident team player, solve problem, enthusiastic, highly motivated, dedicated, strong interpersonal and communication skill. Good knowledge, skill, design and process. I'm not sure why. Design and process, microbiology, environmental engineering, and waste management. First, I would ask, comparing to the previous summary that I gave you, do you think you are really hard selling? And are you taught based on evidence? I couldn't see. I'm just now seeing you blowing. You are just scoring whatever that you want. And you are not showing me your achievement and so on. That is why sometimes you are really hard selling. And because of your hard selling this thing, you can see now everyone writing the same words. You can see all repeated words, and all of them are from here or more. We can have more from here, but it's almost the same. So who should I select if I see these kind of things? And you are telling things too straightforward, maybe, and you are not directly telling people your evidence. Instead of you are just showing what you have. Now, I'm okay if you're having this thing, just that you are not standing out. It's fine. It's normal that a lot of students doing this. It's fine. Just that how do you want to stand out? The other thing, one more thing before I go to the next. This person saying he knows the design method, he knows how to design the process of microbiology, environmental engineering, and waste management. Isn't it? I already know when you're saying that you are graduated from chemical engineering. That are all the subjects that we already know. You don't have to mention to me anymore. I knew it. Don't tell me anymore. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your space. Some more he's continuing these things, and all these things are not all in my plan. So I don't know who are you looking for, and this is objective. So you have said so much. People say, show me the money, so you should show me your proof. You need to give evidence. And where do you show your evidence? Which you know it, skill and accomplishment. But what happened to you? This is what I crop. I'm sorry if you know it, you don't have to detect who is the person. This person just showing us, okay, I got a band 4. Your English is good. So you got a dean list in semester 6. So you didn't get in semester 1 until 5 and also 7. So are you good enough? I have a question now. And then you do your plant design project, you do your final year project on reduction of particle emission to environment. So you doesn't tell me the details. You are working on emergency response team. So what are you proving to me? Can you try to link all these things with the skill that you have mentioned here? You are saying that you are determined. So how determined are you? Can you tell me here? Add an explanation. Each of them should have an objective to show it here. Another example. This is the person, final year project. It says what she has done slightly. Actually, just a title as well. So it doesn't show your techniques as well. And then here again, everything the same. You are finance committee. So what you have learned? So what you have been doing? You are especially those who are writing, you are participant, you are volunteer. So what do you have from that? What have you learned from that? Those are the questions that need to be asked. You need to justify to us. And then the other one that I get, all the skills just lump up. Basically, I won't read because it's quite long. And then curriculum, co-Q activities. Again, activity, position, activity, position, activity, position. So I don't know what you learn. I don't know what have you done there. So you are again not selling yourself. At the end of this, I will say, this is a active student, that's all. You are not proving me how great are you. You are not proving me how determined are you. You are not proving me how team player are you. How to write it. You need to focus on the results rather than the activities. Do not just state whatever activities that you have participated before. That is your brochure. That is your menu. You go enter your restaurant, you get a menu. So how do I detect what is inside your food? You said you have you said I'm selling nasi lemak. And what is inside the nasi lemak? Do you have chicken? Do you have some rendang chicken or fried chicken? You need to write it down. Otherwise, I don't know what are you trying to mention to tell me. So you need to use all the power words to describe the actions that you have done in that activity. Then one big sentence that you will tell me, Doctor, you're telling me use 1 page or 2 page. I have involved in 20 activities in MJIIT along the 4 years. So how should I write? No worries. You don't have to show every single activities in your 4 year studies. Focus on a few different things. You just need to show a few that really significant, that showing you different points. If it is repeated, you don't have to keep on repeat. So example, you have raised 500,000 worth research grant on biotreatment system, for example. You have raised 10,000 for your society event. You have represented and get awards in different things in one of the category. That is fine. At least you need to tell what are the details that you have. Instead of, I have joined SUMA and I won first runner up without anything. So, okay, this is what I have, my personal one. I have joined more than 20 activities, I believe, but I have only highlighted 5 of them. The first one, Vice President. I just want to show that I am a leader. So I'm saying I led 100 committees members to organize this activity and attracted 200 students. So I'm showing my marketing availability. And then I'm a participant, a team player, or technically I'm good. I'm a participant in poster presentation. And technically I have reviewed and improved control system of a process. And the spec is with a fully automated citizen. I'm highlighting whatever that I've done that they might be looking for. And then head of program, I have arranged my organization skill here. My ability to organize event, arrange activities, monitor people, leadership again, and then work with people, synchronize works. So team player. And head of special project, I want to highlight that I represented UTM to go for IEM Southern Branch meetings so that we can talk on behalf of all the students. And last, I am trying to highlight on my marketing techniques, on my marketing abilities. So I train people, I work with people, and I granted total of 660 engineering students registered during the recruitment drive. So that is how I highlighted different skills. I'm not repeating skills. I'm having different skills. 5 of them, they have been some repetition on the leadership and also team working because all of them are about teamwork. But what I try to do is I have a special things of each of that event. Otherwise, I'm not going to mention all. Then you separate out achievement and awards, which is easier for you. You are not going to explain that this award. You are not going to say, I'm a good student. That's why I'm getting a Dean's Award. I'm getting a Dean's List. And why I'm not putting my Dean's List here? Because I missed out 1 semester. I didn't get my Dean's List in 1 semester. But at the end of the At the end of the study, I got the Dean's Award, which is what you saw in your senior batch, the gold batch on your seniors Jubah, the Dean's Award. So you need to tell people, and things that you don't want to mention, try not to mention. Not so good thing, don't try to mention. Then people will keep on asking, why are you mentioning? You must have an objective. Why are you mentioning one thing and another thing? Okay, another batch of power words. You need to tell people, if you are talking about management skills, you need to have built, demonstrate something, develop something, enhance something, facilitate something, generated something, impacted something, implemented something. All these are the words that you have done, that you want to highlight to people. Same thing to your course information in each of the subjects. We are telling you the words, we are telling you the power words that you need to learn, you need to have. You are able to consult people. You are able to build something. You are able to analyze some results technically. You are able to format something. You need to tell people. Then people know, oh, this guy have an experience in formatting journals. Then, okay, I might consider this guy as my research assistant or my PhD students. Those are the things that you need to highlight, but depends what are you trying to say. So for your FYP, your design project, your integrated design project, your stone project for ESE and also MPE, you need to tell people, what have you done? What are the things that you have done? What are the works that you have done? And you need to specify what is done by the group and what is done by yourself. Because the company is not hiring your team, they are hiring you. So don't just say my team have done what. Also remember to say what you have done. And those are the evidence sections that you can consider. Your experience, your industrial experience, your education, your awards, your professional affiliations. When I attended the sessions in MISC, these sessions, I still remember, I don't know why, actually until now I don't remember. This one, they were asking me, why are you not putting your professional affiliation in the first page? Because I have 2 pages. They are asking me to put my affiliation with IEM, my membership with IEM, my ICAP membership, all of that to put in the first page to show that I am technically good. I'm concerned about my technical things. I'm not just having fun in activity in universities. I am also focusing on my technical skills. That is why I'm joining IEM. For your information, I rarely join like Buddhist club, like Islamic club, all the non-academic related things you can see. I'm organizing NACES, academically related. This is academic as well. Career path, also academic. And then IEM, and then IEM again. I'm just mentioning about this. I'm not mentioning I'm a debate team of UTM, for example. I'm not. Those are the things that I'm not mentioning because there's nothing much for me to do that. To highlight to people. If you have publication, you can put on. Some of the people, they do put on the comments from supervisor directly on their resume, which they can add on from the reference actually. I have one thing. Yesterday, I screened through a few of the resume and someone, I am a salesperson, I am a cashier in 7-Eleven, something like that. What are you trying to tell your future employer actually? You need to be clear on that. Don't be over specify things that you have done. Things that can help you to get a job, you should mention inside. Otherwise, I would rather you put more space for you to explain your activities, your achievements, highlights, all your soft skills that you gain from each activity. That's why if I'm an AA when I was an AA for the previous batch, from day one, I advise them is involve in activities that you can learn something instead of involve in activity that you can play. When you can learn something means you can write something here. Otherwise, I have only participated in some of the very ridiculous activity, like you also can't mention what technically you have learned or soft skill that you have learned. Anyhow, it's too late for final year students. I'm not sure whether there are third year students here. If you are third year, you can do that. You can start to collect all your bullets. I would say collect all your bullets here. So you need to collect all your bullets and tell people what are the good things that you have learned in each of the activities. And then writing your evidence. I would say I do agree with this slide where add your CGPA if it is higher than 3. If you are slightly lower, try not to put. That won't be good. Because at least the first thing, after the summary, I will see your CGPA first. Because if too poor CGPA, I might not consider directly out. 3, I can still consider and I will read through your summary and so on. My own technique in JobStreet. I have advertised in JobStreet for students. So I myself is looking into CGPA first because we are research. We need some students in good academic quality. So first thing I will scan through the CGPA, and then only I scan through your summary, and then only the other things. So you need to be careful. If you are slightly lower than 3, try not to mention. They will find out at the end. They will ask you, they will just call you up. So at least don't mention it. And your work experience, use action words to describe your job duties, not telling us, okay, I was an intern student in Talisman. I am an intern student in CIMB. I'm an intern student in whatever company. What have you done there? Please mention now. That are the things that they might be looking for, because they might want to have you because you have done something similar before. For example, they are looking for if they are looking for engineer that work on control. So you have deal with control system before in your internship or your FYP. So they will be happy to see that. Then they will ask you more in your interview. And they will be very interested to know you. So that's how you attract people. That's why you need to write something that interests people. And another thing important, a lot of students writing your supervisor, your AA as the reference without asking. Do not do this. You need to tell them. I have been contacted by Top Glove for many times because MJIIT student, CPE student really like to go for Top Glove, I think. So Top Glove always ask for our recommendation. They will really call us for recommendation. So please let us know that you have sent out the CV that have our name in, so that we can contact you before we answer them. Otherwise, I will answer them. I don't know this student, although you are my AA. I doesn't know what to answer.
支持队长的能力，本篇虽然比较中规中矩，但总的来说，支持队长这个。
Okay, I manage. And also, of course, I think you like this. Your name, your address, your telephone number. Don't put your IC there. Something privacy. Don't put in that later, because you are going to put your CV on JobStreet. It's dangerous that you put your IC number and so on there. So just be careful with all those things. And for reference, I am not recommending you all to put on reference will be made available if requested, something like that. Students like to do this, then I will ignore you. You are not there to tell me who is your reference. At least from the person that you tell me, if you dare to put on MC as your reference, I will trust you and you should be a good student. The bigger title your reference are, the better it is, basically, for the first impression. Of course, that person also need to help you to write reference letter if needed. So don't put both of them are big people. Anything else? Resume, basically, you can build up one new one. And you know what should be mentioned now. You know how to spell out each of the expertise that you have gained before this, experience that you have gained before this. But don't forget one more thing. You won't be sending out an email and telling people, attached it. You all like to write email, right? And then you find an email, what you put? Attached it. It's not right. Please talk to the person, what are you trying to look for? So you will need a cover letter. Basically, 3 things that you need. Highlight your relevance experience, showcase your familiarity with the company and their goals, and convey a bit of your personality. They will see your email before even your resume, actually. They can choose to ignore your email if you put attached it or FYI. Some students like to do that, FYI. So if you FYI, then I will just delete, that's all. Then not even your resume being reviewed. So you need to successfully introduce you. You need to be good fit to the job. You need to have desire to work with their company. So cover letter, normally I will check their company things. That I will be really specific to their company before I write the resume. I really check whatever position that I want. I really check who am I delivering to. I'm not writing, dear hiring manager, dear HR manager. No, please write their name if it is possible. If you can check their name, write down their name. You won't say, dear Dean of MJIIT. You will say, dear Prof. Ali Slamat. That will be much nicer to him. Then his impression, this guy have done something, and he's talking to me. He's not talking to someone else. So my feeling is closer to you. So you get a plus point actually by emotionally. You have to remember now you are not dealing with your lecturer that have a rubrics. You are not having an exam. There is no rubrics. It's fully based on emotions. If I feel good with your first cover letter, yeah, I will take you. If not, I won't. And also, if you have found out that your resume, you have no space anymore to mention one of the activities that this company, specifically this company needs, put it here. Because normally they will see the cover letter. So actually, I'm going to just quickly go through because it's going to time's up. First thing, your contact information. Important here. Try to avoid typos. This is for your resume and also your cover letter. Just now, you see when I read the summary, those sentences are not a sentence. Make sure you are writing a sentence that people can understand. Don't take it easily, because if they are not understanding what you have, what you wrote, basically this student is not good quality. Try to get people to check for you, spelling for you, check your spelling, your friends check your spellings. Don't try to make it easy. Oh, I want a job, so I just send out, and then no people knows if you have wrote something wrongly. Try to get 2 friends to help you to counter check. Get the 3 people, cross check each other. So you can make sure all the English is good, all the points delivered is correct. That person should be knowing you well, so that he know this activity you should highlight more on this thing that you learn. For example, team working. You have really done team working with 100 people, so you should highlight it. You should tell people the number 100 people. So those are the things that your friends can tell you. Even your lecturer won't be able to tell you. And then, okay, you need to list the info of the company, especially names the person. And then your intro paragraph, you will need to grab their attention. Introduce yourself, state why you are good fit of that job. And then part C is here, where you start to hard sell yourself. Prove how you qualify to that job, and okay. You might scared that you doesn't want to put on bullet points because teachers told you that you shouldn't put bullet points in your essays. This is not an essay, but I will tell you, if I read this letter, the first thing actually I'm reading this first. Whenever that is point form, that is our attention at the first place. So actually, this is the first thing that people see. So if you want to highlight something here, bold it. You can use bold, you can use bullet points to tell people, to highlight things. Use those functions rationally. Don't misuse. If you overuse, then meaningless. And then your research paragraph, where you, after you sell yourself, you need to tell people that you know them well. I know you are. Your company needs this position. Your company needs this kind of people. I'm good fit of these people, this requirement. So you should hire me. You need to tell people that way. You need to tell people that you know them already. Otherwise, this guy not sincere one, sending me the same cover letter to all the companies. So if you don't care me, why does I care you? So at the end, you won't get the job. And then lastly, your action paragraph, you need to tell them that you might think it's not important, but for formality purpose, you should put in. You should say, I'm happy that you give me some positive reply. You can say, you can contact me via phone and also emails as stated above, something like that. You can call me up for interview anytime as I'm ready. Something like that, you need to mention out. Although you might think not necessary lah, but the feeling is not the same when they read through the whole document. So there are a lot of things that I have put here. I just grabbed a few important ones because it's already 4. Okay, there are people that put dear sir or madam, to whom may concern, to whom it may concern. You are not writing to me, so I'm not going to answer you actually. Even yesterday, I asked your CPE friends to send me an email directly to apply a job. I don't care, they assume me who am I, just that I'm receiving CV, so they try to give me. And there are some that not writing to me. I will ask, are you writing to me now? So these are the questions that people might think. Don't use your perception as a student that people can understand you. People must understand you. Take them as a person that doesn't understand you at all. Make sure they, after reading your statements, they understand you well. And also in the first paragraph, you need to begin with telling the employer the position that you want. Same like your career objective just now, you need to tell people which position are you actually looking for. Then they will be understood. I have this position here, and you are a good candidate for me. So they will directly look for you. And then how do you learn about the opportunity so that they won't feel annoyed by you are just sending out blast email. Because some of the company, if they are not hiring, means they are not hiring. You send them CV, also no use. So try to tell them where did you get it. And then when you sell yourself, your previous job experience is very good one. Your internship, your previous experience, your FYP, your capstone design project, these three are very good to highlight here because they are technically trying to relate you with the company. And also you can have last sentence to mention about your skill by you have done what activities and so on. And then try to paint yourself in the company's future in the third paragraph after you sell yourself. Do some research of the company, try to find out what they are looking and why, given the current situation of the industry also can. For example, now food industry is bad. For example, now the manufacturing industry is bad, so they need to reduce costs. So you might say, I can save energy for you and so on. The techniques to do something for you. So you can push this better. I want an engineer job from you, an additional point, I can do this for you. I can help the company in doing this. Not really telling that you can confirm do not too push forward yourself as well. Be slightly humble, although you need to be showing off. And then call for action and also sign off. So you can read through this, nothing much. So don't be too pushy. Don't be too eager. It will end up become ego. So this student very ego one, so better not to take. From every words that you use, you have to be careful. It can be slightly push, but not too pushy. It can be slightly hard selling, but not ego. At the end, if you go to ego, then gone. So there are some other cover letter outlines which is simpler or which is different from what you have. So you can refer as well. And this is the example that I got here. A few examples you can refer. And last but not least, I will need to tell, although you are not leaving yet, all of you are valuable assets for MJIT. Do keep in touch with all the lecturers that after you graduate. I'm actually, last semester, I have all the students, last graduated students, to come back to us to find us for makan, to just update us how is their work during their cuti Selangor, and then they just come to MJIT to visit us because we are working. Then we have lunch together. They are just updating us how they are doing and who is getting married, something like that. Lecturers will be very happy, and that good connection should be kept for me lah. At least with your AA, you should do that so that anything good from university they can introduce to you, and if you have problem in work, you can share with them as well. And do update us your workplace, because that is important for UTM and MJIT as our track record of all our students. When do you get employed and what kind of company are you working with? Especially if you are working with Japanese company, you must highlight to us so that you really will be able to help us to sell MJIT, to sustain our business as a university. And we are not going to ask money from you if you are just an engineer. If you are one day you are a CEO of a company, yes, we will ask from you. But if you are just a fresh engineer, we won't ask money for you. So we just need some connection with you. So I think that's all from me. I have got some requests here for PDF and also slides. Yes, I will put on. Later, I will just share with your friends and I will just ask them to blast. And even the video recording also will be shown somewhere lah. Nanti I will check with MJIT how they are going to keep that, and they will be promoting lah. And anything else that you want to ask after this? If you have any question, you can just unmute your mic and ask now.
Hello, doctor. It's Narisha here. I just want to ask for like the part that we'll be talking about our education, right? Where we have to talk about our like tertiary education. Like, is secondary education is necessary to put in the resume?
Again, secondary what?
Like, do I have to put like on about my secondary education, like where I study my high school and stuff?
Okay. You can, but if you don't have space, you don't have to put.
Okay.
But most important is put your universities because they are hiring you as engineers. They're not hiring you as SPM level. So that is not compulsory. If you want to you want to highlight that you are Malaysian top scorer in SPM, then put on that. Or you are at least you are 10 A's and something like that, you can still put on. But it's not necessary actually. Because when we review your resume, what we need is actually your university qualification, not your matriculation result, not your SPM result.
Got it. Thank you, doctor.
Okay. Anything else?
Doctor, for the cover letter, when is it supposed for us to send a cover letter to the company itself?
Whenever you need to, okay, in job street, you might not see a tag that saying that you need a cover letter, right? You can just attach with your resume.
So it's like a 2-page thing.
If you have only 1-page resume, then you put 1 more page. It's okay, no worries. If even you have 2-page, actually, what I learned from the program that I went before in MISC, I was not told that we should keep it in 1 page. You can do it in 2 pages for your resume. No worry with 2 pages, not 3 pages, maximum 2 pages.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Okay, anything else? One point that about pages, I really scared about you guys because you have been really tight with the so-called regulation saying resume must be 1 page. Not good if 1 page and then no content. If 1 page like this, already highlighting everything that you have, then I'm fine. You can see here, the work experience that mentioned here, he already mentioned what are the projects that he have done. What are the projects that he have done in this job? Because this is already working person, so they are using this too. But for you, your extracurricular activity is important for you to highlight as your experience. Because for you, don't put your part-time job except it is really related. Otherwise, it's only 1, and you have done nothing much in that 3 months. Most probably, you have 1 point only. You have 1 to 2 points to talk, and then the rest of the space you will need to use for your activity and explain about your activities. Anything else that you want to ask? Another 1 point here, this one, personal skill. You put 4-star, 5-star, 4-star, 5-star. I doesn't know anything. There's no proof. You are just telling me you are good. Again, this is same like your summary that you are saying that you are disciplined, you are team worker, you have good communication skills. Doesn't mean anything. And I cannot trust stars because you judge yourself. So for me, this is not required. But of course, language is okay. Language and computational skill, you don't have to explain. You just put here, then it's fine. But communicate professional skills like your soft skill and so on, don't need to put these skills. Meaningless. Directly tell people dekat sini. You just need to tell people over here and select whatever is important. Like this, participate in basis course civil defense. Actually, I don't know what have you learned. Okay, that is what I mean when you're putting this list. I doesn't know what you are trying to say. And you are first place in rugby. Okay, you are active in sports. Okay, I'm fine. But you are a member of committee of Majlis Aspirasi Gemilang. So, what have you learned? What have you done? Any special things that you want to prove to me? If not, delete it. Find some way to goreng. Don't tolerate with your explanation. Otherwise, your CV, your resume is not strong. Is there any other question? So for skills section, do we need to elaborate it or don't need to put all the skills sections in? Okay. For me, these skills sections is not important. If you really have space, then you put. If you don't have space, then you don't put. But more importantly is you highlight your skills here. You use your achievement, your activities to show your skill, to prove your skill instead of you are telling this, which is without proof. And divide it like this one. Suddenly, result also here, activity also here is a little bit messy in this table actually for me. I would prefer you divide into two. And when normally, if I want to prove my English, I will put in my, for example, I put in together with my STPM, my matriculation result. Then I'll put when that. So people directly see over that. Like your English test, your previous English test in UTM, can't remember the name. You can put the result there so that people knows that your English understandability. Besides resume and cover letter, do we need to put certificates? No need. Otherwise, you are going to send maybe 100 MB file to your future employer. Okay, sometimes people put your transcript. You can put your transcript, but not your certificate of all the activities. Transcript at least shows that in different subject, how is your results? So that is meaningful for them, because I'm really looking for a control engineer. So I need someone who is good in control. So they will go through your transcript to look for whether you are good enough in that certain topics or not. Transcript is good to put, but if you are saying activity certificate, I don't think so. Any other question you may put on the chat as I'm reading it actually. That is why actually when you are talking about certificate, I want to laugh actually. That is why you guys are so certificate oriented during your 4-year study in MJIT. Whenever people say got cert, then you go. You forgot about got cert, but I cannot use, also wasted. That's why my undergraduate, I'm quite specific. First, I doesn't care about the cert. Because what I know is if I have the experience, I can tell. I got story to tell in my interview. What I need is stories in my interviews. Okay, another thing. Why am I choosing this 5? Because I can goreng in my interview later. Because when interview, they will see your resume again. And then they will check one by one. They will ask, hey, this vice director, you have been the vice director, what have you done? They will ask you to story. So you can start bombing them with your great works before this. So you need to take the opportunity to create stories before that. And you said we can put cover letter with resume together. So the cover letter should be put front page or second. Front is a cover. By name, it is a cover. If you are just sending it in email, you can put on that will be your cover letter, will be your email content. Attached it your CV and transcript, for example, you can just put as the last sentence. And then you can put a soft PDF file of your cover letter. You can put your CV, you can resume, and then you can put your transcript. If you are putting your transcript, then you put on your transcript. Need to tell people if you are sending it in an email, need to tell people what is attached below, what is being accompanied with that email together. So you need to just mention in the last part of the email, so people knows who to find what you have given them. If you are putting in job street, just put first page as your cover letter, second page as your resume, second and third page as your resume. No worries with that. I found also some people doesn't put their own made resume. It's not attractive, you know, when you are just putting on job street using their own template. You are not putting your own made, your self-made punya resume. It's not attractive actually. It's boring because everyone having the same template. I do like you guys make resume nowadays because you use a lot of software to help you to design. Very nice. That is what I like compared to our version. My version is only made in Word, so it's very boring and we are not doing anything special. So I like all the graphics, colorful things that you have put in all the resumes. That is what I like with the current trend of the resume. But the point is something is not being delivered to you guys, which is the details, which is what you have done before. Okay, any other question? If no, then we'll end here. Okay, can we put our e-portfolio link in our resume? Of course, yes. That is your here. Put all your link here. By the way, email, please use an official email with your names. Don't put whatever that I don't know how to spell the email. Put and create an official email. If your name is Tan Chin Wei, put Tan Chin Wei, or KW Tan, for example. Mabel Pang, put Mabel Pang, or Mabel whatever. You use an official email. And then do remember, if you have a private social media, do try to hide them. If it is really private, that you are showing off something that not good for your future employer to see, try to hide them. Because there are some companies that check social media. I have heard it before. They will try to check your social media before they employ you. So be careful with your social media as well. If you are extremist, do be careful on that as well. So just try to be, I would say, moderate, not too extreme, then will be fine. If you are having a social media, don't obviously put your full name over there, then people directly can search. Or don't make it not searchable, then it will be better for you. Otherwise, quite dangerous when they really check, especially big company, they do allergy with extremists. I'm not judging those. I'm not saying those extremists in certain activity last year. I doesn't care who are you and so on. I'm not discriminating you. I'm not saying that you are not doing good thing. You might be doing good thing, but for certain students, for certain employer, they might scared if you are in there. Just try to hide before you are asking for a job. After that, you can show your real color and fine. After your employment, they can't do anything with you. So try to avoid that. I'm not discriminating I can't remember the team already, but I would say it's fine that you have done what, but if you ask someone outside, they might not be happy, except they are in the same channel. Otherwise, you will be in a difficult situation. There are some people that happy with you, so those people will be happy. But if you face someone that not happy with what you have done, in politically as well, maybe somebody have been talking about politics in your Facebook, in your Instagram, do be careful. If they check and then they found that you are too sensitive in politics, they might be think twice. I won't say they won't employ you, but they will think twice. So just be careful with that. Okay. For slide, I will provide later. If nothing much, then I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for all who participated, and I will see you in the future. I'm not sure whether CPE student I can still see you in person, but yeah, we will see. Thank you very much, and Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.